To commemorate me still not having the content creator role in the Deepwoken Discord, and apparently Agamatsu becoming the new owner of Deepwoken, I want to talk about Deepwoken's moderation and rule sets, and talk about whether or not Deepwoken's current moderation is ideal, and which rules I think are good, and which rules I think are bad, and how I would change the bad ones. I'm currently live at twitch.tv/Reaconteur, that is twitch.tv/REACONTEUR, playing the new Ultra Kill layer, so come watch me over there. And don't be worried about spoilers, it's Ultra Kill, buddy. There is no lore, you don't have to worry about it. So go watch now! Anyway, also subscribe, because 0% of the people watching this video right now are actually subscribed. Now let's get straight into it. Before I go into the rules that I like, I want to talk about the rules that I don't like. A lot of them have very mixed opinions, but the absolute most controversial rule was the W and S bans, where you'd get banned for doing W and S behind someone while saying something inappropriate. Now this rule was very inconsistent for a while, but as it is, I actually think it's fine. Sexual innuendos shouldn't be allowed in Roblox or Deepwoken or any game in general, but this is kind of a two-parted rule which was confused by even the moderators at some points. First of all, the rules go as 1. No inappropriate sayings, and 2. No WSing behind someone specifically while making inappropriate remarks or comments. The problem was that some people were getting banned for regular WSing without even talking in the chat, and other people were getting banned for saying inappropriate phrases or phrases deemed as inappropriate, such as suck it and you blow at PvP. Two of those which are both real examples, and neither of which are inherently sexual unless you just learn the English language and take them both at face value, rather than the way that actual people say these phrases in the modern English language. And I've seen multiple people advocating for all sides of this, including some people who think WS bans without inappropriate innuendos are fine, which they just aren't. That's like banning someone from an FPS game for teabagging. And the absolute worst reasoning I've heard behind this is, no offense to the person that said this, but they make their Roblox character look like them, so they feel uncomfortable when people press W and S behind them. No offense, well actually kind of full offense, but you're kind of a little bitch. Anyway, I think that the rule as is fine, since they've worked on their consistencies, but many of the phrases considered inappropriate are honestly just not worth banning for, and on that aspect, I still occasionally see people perm banned for that. Meanwhile, people who say racist remarks or tell people to kill themselves get a month ban and like 2 to 3 warnings. So if anything, I think this whole rule doesn't need to be changed, but the mod team needs to be more consistent about what is considered inappropriate and really reevaluate certain punishments. The second rule I really don't like is the black market and exploit servers rule. If you are found in a black market server or an exploit server at any point in time with as little as third-party video or imaging proof showing Discord IDs, and you are found in those black market Discord servers where, you know, they trade items in game through games or for USD, you can be permanently banned with no appeal. Now this sounds like a good rule on paper, but in practice there's a lot of flaws with it. First of all, bait and switch servers. A great example is the original Deepwoken trading server, not the one owned by me, the one before it. It had about 30,000 members before the owner sold it and it became a black market. Really funny fact, by the way. It was owned by FreeConst12, aka do_small, who is an active limiteds black marketer and major part of the Roblox group Do Big Games, who owns Steal a Brainrot, Fish, Grow a Garden, and more now. Somehow not banned off of Roblox, by the way. But yes, he does black market all of his Dominus limiteds and stuff like that. So, you know, good job, Roblox. Anyway, while most people left the trading server turned black market, many didn't leave it in time and were permanently and unappealably banned from the game and Discord. And back then, there wasn't an appeals Discord, so a ban from the Discord was a banishment you could never come back from. Which, I mean, if you got banned from then, even when the Discord was made for appeals, you still can't come back from it, because there's a 3-month appeal window. Then there's the secondary fact that some people literally just hang out in black market and exploit servers because of the kind of people that are there. I couldn't, but a couple of years ago I had some friends who were in the Elm Discord server, which Elm was a Rogue Lineage exploit, and they were literally only in that Discord server for the NSFW channel that it had, which was filled with funny gay gifs, and it would be like a little captioned word and then some like black guy twerking or something like that. They didn't even have like the exploit buyer roles. They literally were just in that server so they could look at gay black men. And the worst case I've ever seen in general for like a ban regarding this rule was another moderator for another game who joined an exploit server or a black market server to check for exploiters and black marketers, and he was banned from Deepwoken permanently for being in that server with no messages, no buyer role, nothing, because he was trying to ban people who were actually cheating in another game, and his appeal was denied because Deepwoken's rules don't have any space for nuance. Good job, moderators. Anyway, as a whole, there's 2 ways to improve this rule. Anyway, as a whole, there's 2 ways to improve this rule, of which one would actually improve the entire handbook. But the first way, and first of all, let's stop banning people for being in the servers without using them and just taking reports off that. Literally all of these servers have buyer and verified roles, which make for a quick and easy check. And then let's allow for some nuance, because the guy who was moderating for another game should not have been banned given his reasoning for being in that server, along with the proof that he provided. That was stupid. I, to this day, think that that is the worst ban in Deepwoken history. I think that just shouldn't be allowed, and somebody should have pardoned him in some way for that. And the final kind of set of rules I don't agree with is just their general anti-inappropriate wordings rule regarding usernames and what you can say and can't say in-game. Technically, it's all like sectioned off as one rule, but there's a few sections of it that I want to talk about. First of all, I think for the most part, banning people for usernames is overstepping, especially when half the time they aren't even that bad. Like, I think naming your Roblox character something like CBT Lover and getting banned for it in Deepwoken is just kind of dumb. Like, yeah, I guess it's inappropriate to talk about cock and ball torture, but nobody's Googling it based off a username, and even then you'll find cognitive behavioral therapy first. And also, it's the internet. I think banning people for usernames should generally just be for hateful stuff and bigoted remarks for certain names and figures and stuff like that, rather than for something considered even slightly inappropriate. Cause like, I think the lightest thing I ever saw was like incest baby getting a banned, and it's like, all right, who's that offending? It's not like that's inherently inappropriate. It's an uncomfortable topic to some people, but it really doesn't matter like that. And along with that, as far as inappropriate sayings go, I think some things need to stop being taken at face value, because it really feels like lots of the Deepwoken moderators learned the English language 2 days ago and take everything for its face, because there are so many people getting banned for saying Diddy blood. I can't even take it seriously. If you go through the reviewed ban appeals, there are hundreds of people who got banned for saying Diddy blood. And then the moderators will always respond with, well, actually, calling someone a Diddy blood is an innuendo and a way to call someone a pedophile. And it's like, no, it really just isn't, dude. It really just isn't. It's just a stupid brain rot term that you guys are attributing to being something else because, like, I don't even know, because it's stupid. It's just stupid. I actually don't know how that's worthy of a ban. It's honestly insane, and this goes back into the thing about nuance. Stop taking everything at face value. You guys aren't aliens. You speak the language that you're reading these messages in, right? So why are we going through this and acting like these are bad things? Now, as for the things I do agree with, first of all, a lot of people who don't play Deepwoken, well, they'll watch my ban appeal videos and think, so I have to have my clipping on all the time or I'm gonna get banned? No, that'd be fucking stupid. Video's still PG-13, by the way. Anyway, a vast majority of people getting banned by the anti-cheat are lying, and I really hate it. I get that a lot of them are kids who haven't played Deepwoken because, you know, they can't buy it because they don't have money because they're kids. Will watch my ban appeal videos and think like, oh, so many people get falsely banned. No, they're just lying. Like, I've been playing Deepwoken since it came out, and I've only been flung once, and it didn't even ban me, it just killed me. Luckily, because I actually totally could have gotten banned. One of my friends got banned from the same, like, fling on an ironclad. But regardless, it's not nearly as common as the ban appeals channel, and my ban appeal videos would make it seem, right? Nobody's getting banned like that actively, and yeah, you should have clipping software, but you're not just gonna be banned with no appeal, like, as a common occurrence because you're not running clipping software. But you should have it for other reasons, like exploiters and stuff like that. On top of that, I don't think auto bans from the anti-exploit should be appealable based on words, like some people in my comments seem to do. Like, if you get banned from cheating, there's no clip or proof on either side other than the auto exploit, which went off multiple times because it's based on like a multi-strike flag-based system. So more than likely, if you got banned by the anti-cheat, you probably deserved it, like a majority of the time, seeing as how you need to get reported by it multiple times to actually get banned. The exclusions to this are like super crazy flings that might get you banned if you hit certain like ban bricks in the game, but that's pretty rare. You know, it's just its own thing that's kind of rare that a lot of people seem to think is super common, but I guarantee you most of the people you see that play Deepwoken have not experienced something like that or haven't been falsely banned. Now, the Discord is its own thing because the Discord and the game moderation are completely separate bodies, but the Discord moderation is just don't talk there. Just don't talk there. You can't say anything there. Now, another rule I actually like is banning people for using hats to hide animations. If I owned Deepwoken, this would be a permanent, unappealable ban, and I'm not even joking. I really hate annoying behavior like this because it's honestly just like a step below actually exploiting. Like, you are going out of your way to get any advantage in any way possible and make the game unfun for other people. And I think if you play the game in a way that is purposely just trying to make it unfun for other people by like soft cheating like this, you deserve the death penalty. In game, of course. With that being said, this was a new rule instated by the mod team, and I think it's actually one of the best things they ever did. This is just the kind of annoying behavior I think warrants you not being allowed, or like you shouldn't be allowed to play the game. Because, like, if you ever did this, I hate you, but it's just lame behavior. Now, overall, is Deepwoken's moderation ideal? No, not really. Did I, like, dude, the top comment on this video is just gonna be some guy saying no with, like, a period at the end of it, and it's gonna get, like, 80,000 likes. Like, let's get real, dude. We know what everyone's thinking before it even happens. I think they really need to stop trying to curve toxicity in a game that's devolved into being elo-based and PvP-based. Like, you're not doing anyone any favors except validating people reporting each other for minor infractions, which wastes moderator time when they could be doing things that are, you know, actually useful. And the game is already a perfect environment for breeding toxicity because of the chime of conflict mainly, and it also just doesn't really stop anyone anyway. I've seen people make alts on Discord just to spam people with bad stuff in DMs. Anyway, like, just to avoid getting banned. And I think Deepwoken has some good practices, but overall their biggest issue is going to be the lack of nuance in the rules. Deepwoken's rules are black and white, and you're either infracting upon a rule with no exception, or you aren't, when in reality there should be exceptions for everything. That guy who was a moderator for another game shouldn't be banned from Deepwoken because he joined a black market to check if someone was black marketing, like, you know, a good moderator should, Deepwoken mods. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave your thoughts and stuff down below. I read every comment. New song cover next week. I'm gonna be working on it, so it might be done around Sunday, actually. Anyway, shout out to YouTube members of tier 2 or higher: Green, Philip, Delusional Mo, Elstern, Broccoli, Carlia the Witch, Akio Sugi Kuni, Burger, IXKMB, High Card, Drizzy Drake Fan, and shout out to new tier 3 member Tonka Jahari. I love your name, man. Anyway, go check out my live channel, Reaconteur Live. I'm uploading every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over there. Hope you all have an amazing day, and goodbye.